Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto Corner for Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017. We have several things to get to, and let's not waste any time. Let's just get to it. This past weekend was a festival in Willow Creek, California, the Finding Bigfoot Festival, which celebrated the iconic 1967 film. Here's a photo of a man in a gorilla suit. Small town of Willow Creek and its big legend, and there's Bob Gimlin, who took photos with fans and signed autographs as he walked around the Finding Bigfoot Festival in Willow Creek on Saturday. Gimlin is credited with being one of the filmmakers of the Patterson-Gimlin film, which reportedly recorded footage of Bigfoot near Bluff Creek in, that says Humboldt County, it was actually Del Norte County. The small town of Willow Creek and its big legend were out and about on Saturday, catering to none other than their favorite furry mascot, Bigfoot. With dozens of vendors and nearly 200 attendees, the small park area behind Camp Kimtu was invaded by t-shirts, buttons, books, and footcasts for Animal Planet's Finding Bigfoot Festival. Among the Bigfoot lore were plenty of Bigfoot believers like Craig Woolheater, who traveled with his wife from Dallas, Texas, to arrive just in time for the festival. We just got here at 5:30 a.m. and checked into the Bigfoot Motel, Woolheater said. So far, I like it here. There's some great vibes and I'm a fan of the show. Woolheater was selling Bigfoot lunchboxes, patches, and keychains and said Animal Planet's show Finding Bigfoot featured a reenactment of his experience with Bigfoot in one of its episodes. Several of the show's producers were at the festival to sign autographs and greet fans, including James Bobo Fay and Ryan RPG Golombesk, who traveled to Humboldt County to host the 50th anniversary of the Roger Patterson Bob Gimlin film that reportedly recorded Bigfoot walking near Bluff Creek. The film's what got me into Bigfoot, Fay said, later adding that he was 5 years old when he first saw the footage. It was a lot of people's first exposure to Bigfoot. It was an iconic film for a lot of people. Fay said his first encounter was on May 21, 2001, near the Bald Hills in Klamath, where he was logging with a few local tribal members. I'm sitting on a beach chair holding still. I've never been afraid of the woods before. I was never worried, Fay said. All of a sudden I hear this rustling behind me and this deepest growl maybe 6 feet behind me at the tree line. That intensity hit me and I was just totally discombobulated, he continued. My eyes watered and I couldn't see straight. I just knew to get away from that sound. There was no doubt in my mind. Anyone who was there would have known what was going on. Festival attendees like Mike Rennan of Medford, Oregon were also excited to meet Bob Gimlin, one of the filmmakers behind the Patterson-Gimlin film. Rennan said he attended a speech at Medford High School 50 years ago when he was about 7 years old. I saw the Patterson-Gimlin film when I was little and it got me really fascinated with Bigfoot, Rennan said. I saved a book I got from the event and I'm hoping Bob Gimlin will sign it. The now 85-year-old Gimlin casually walked around the festival greeting guests and posing for photos with fans. He said being back in Willow Creek made him appreciative of the community and natural wonders of the area. Gimlin was also presented by the Willow Creek Chamber of Commerce with a street named after him on Friday called Gimlin Way. It's very special, Gimlin said. I never expected it and was so amazed for it to even happen. It's really good to be back here in Willow Creek. And to see Bobo and the rest of the crew. You know, it's kind of like coming home to see the family. He also said he was glad generations of cryptozoology fans were able to believe in Bigfoot since the film's debut in 1967. There are so many people that I talk to that don't believe that these mountain folks exist, and they do exist, and they're not a person out there that you need to fear. They're a person you need to respect very highly, he said. I believe that Bigfoot's here to be friends with us. And also, Bob was the Grand Marshal of a parade that occurred in Willow Creek, which I'm sure will be part of the 2-hour series finale of Finding Bigfoot, which is what they were shooting there in Willow Creek. Was the Minnesota Iceman actually a Bigfoot? Well, this individual who calls himself Bob Gimlin, Gymlan, has come up with an interesting video investigating the story of the Minnesota Iceman and the possibility that it was actually a Bigfoot. Now, he thinks because of its size, because it was covered with hair, that, yes, it may have been a Bigfoot, although there are those who say it was also Neanderthal, and still others who say it was nothing more than a carnival exhibit. It was examined by Bernard Hoovelmans and Ivan T. Sanderson, and they believed it to be authentic. Frank Hansen claimed to have shot it, and then there was the story of the woman who was raped by a abominable snowman, as it were, and she shot it through the eye. There was also a possibility of it having been smuggled over from Vietnam in a body bag. And there was also the story of it being found in the ice, floating in the Sea of China or something like that. Who knows which story is true? This is a photograph of the Iceman. I believe these are sketches, but this is an actual photograph. So, what was or is the Minnesota Iceman? We do know that there is at least the prop Minnesota Iceman that is in the Museum of the Weird in San Antonio, Texas. So, you tell me, folks, what do you think the Minnesota Iceman was? Seems like Todd Standing has allegedly gotten chummy with Jeff Meldrum again. But this may be an interview. This interview, I believe, may be from a few years ago. It's about an amazing Bigfoot confrontation to the aspects of Standing being a controversial figure and being, accused of being a hoaxer and all this stuff. Supposedly, he's brought back Bigfoot North Radio. He supposedly interviewed Jeff Meldrum. But is this video or this interview an older interview, or is this new stuff? Now that I do not know. I really decided not to listen to it. I mean, I'm a little dubious as far as Todd Standing all of a sudden saying, oh yes, I am buddying up now with Todd Standing again. Or excuse me, Todd Standing's buddying up with Jeff Meldrum. Could be just a one-sided affair. Meldrum has not commented on his Facebook page, so who knows whether this is true or not. I mean, Meldrum is still, in my mind, a highly respected researcher. He's still a highly respected scientist, regardless of whether he's hooking up with Todd Standing or not. Out of the Peach State, a very interesting photograph has emerged. Supposedly taken by a couple of guys who were outside cooking around the middle of the day. They were looking around because they thought it was going to storm, and they noticed what they described as a big hairy creature watching them from beside a tree. Now here's the tree in question. Here's the alleged Bigfoot. Now you tell me, what is that? I have no idea. From that distance, it's really hard to determine. Now, Pair Breakdown, Phil Poling, says that he doesn't find anything that points to a hoax. Now, the photo itself is not of the highest quality. It was taken on a cell phone. So, is this a Bigfoot? Is this photographic evidence of a Bigfoot from the Peach State? Who knows? Although, of course, we're all familiar with a very famous, or I should say infamous, hoax from 2008. One that is still discussed even today, almost a decade later. So there's that. So yeah. There is a celebration coming up, another celebration coming up for the 50th anniversary of the Patterson-Gimlin film that will take place this October, the weekend of October 20th through the 21st in Willow Creek, California. Now, I just talked to Tom Yamarone a few minutes ago, and he couldn't give too many details other than what is seen on this page. The description right here, although some of this has been slightly modified. Description: the Patterson-Gimlin Film 50th Anniversary Celebration and Tribute Conference will take place on Friday, October 20th and Saturday, October 21st, 2017 in 3 locations: Willow Creek, Bluff Creek, and Arcata, all in California. Though, there's still a little bit that's still kind of up in the air about whether we're going to meet in Arcata, or if there's going to be something in Willow Creek. May not even go to Louse Camp or to Bluff Creek or the other film site itself because of, I think they call it root disease. I think Yams was saying there was root disease going on. So there may not, some of this may be changed. Now there's a possibility of, on that Friday, meeting in Willow Creek at the Willow Creek China Flat Museum for a continental breakfast buffet and informal welcoming presentation. Viewing the excellent displays and footprint casts in the museum will follow. 1 p.m. meet at Bluff Creek. With the assistance of event staff and volunteers, attendees will be guided to Louse Camp and a bridge over Bluff Creek 1 mile away. There we will celebrate in the environs of Bluff Creek the achievement of Patterson and Gimlin and landmark film they obtained. Yes, those wishing to go to the actual film site will be assisted in doing so. More info to follow. 5 to 10. A camp cookout will take place nearby, and attendees will be treated to a lecture on the subject and a campfire sing-along of Bigfoot songs. Saturday, October 21st, conference and tribute banquet will take place in Arcata starting at 1 p.m. Location is still to be determined, and that was conveyed to me by Yams. Speakers to be determined. He would love to get Bill Munns as a speaker there as well. You know, he was talking about. Yams is saying that there's a possibility that he may get Bill Munns. Banquet and conference will be similar to the Yakima Bigfoot Roundups of 2009 and 2014 and the Sasquatch Summit, a tribute to John Green in 2011. This event is being produced by the same people that brought you those special tribute conferences and the Ohio Bigfoot Conference. Hope you can join us. More information about tickets and accommodations as we progress towards this anniversary. It might be a little while longer before we know any true information. Right now, it's just basically this page right now. Which, if you're a friend of Yams on Facebook, you can ask him if you can join it. So, you know, for those who are interested in attending, you know, get together with Yams or, you know, on Facebook and see about joining this group. I mean, realize that there's not a whole lot of updated information on this, but still, I think it's still a good possibility. I'm sure there's going to be an event of some sort in Willow Creek. But anyhow, that's it for this week. Although I do have a special bonus video I'm going to be doing. It's going to be reading off a copy of a paper that I was sent today by Ian Carton, who was a member of the Bluff Creek Project. He sent me, I ordered from eBay 3 stickers depicting frame 354 Gimlin film, and I got those today. He also sent me a photo-sized print of frame 354 complete with simulated sprocket holes on the left-hand side. And I'll show you pictures of all that, and I'll also show you I'll read to you the document. Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in, and until this Thursday on Facebook, for all my Facebook friends, y'all be good or be good at it. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.